Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, teacher.
Okay, let's get agreed about the idea of what we are going to do. You only speak English all the time, please, because we are recording on YouTube today. Now, what I am going to do is the worksheets that we had on twice, let's say. Now, if you look at the first one here, present perfect. Okay. Or perfect English grammar, sorry, linking words of reason, because, as, and since. Now, read the first part, please, Muhammad.
Because and as and since are all used to talk about the reason for something. They are all used in the same way.
Oh, and the examples.
I went home because I was tired. I went home since I was tired. I went home as I was tired.
Okay, now what are the linking words in these sentences, Sally? What are the linking? As, since, and because, you say in English. So as, since, and because, where are they used? Where are they used, Julia? If you look at them, Alice, and they are used in the middle of the sentence, aren't they?
Yes.
So since, because, and as can be used to join two sentences together, and they give the reason. If you look at the first part, I went home, that's the result. And the second part, I was tired, that's the reason. So because, since, and as are used before the reason of something. Now, the second part, Alice, read it. Here.
We can put the clause with because, as, since in the middle of the sentence or at the beginning of the sentence. If they are at the beginning, we usually have a comma.
Okay, so if you look
because
at
I was tired, I
yes.
went home.
Yeah, كملي. Continue.
Since I was tired, I went home.
Okay.
As I was tired.
Yeah. As I was tired, I went home. Okay, now what's the difference here? If you look at them, because, since, and as are used at the beginning. Are the two sentences above and below the same or different?
The different order, but the same sentences.
The same sentences in different order. Thank you, Muhammad. Now, what's the order here?
Because and since and as comes first.
Okay, because, since, and as come
beginning.
first. They are at the beginning. Now, what's in the middle of the sentences? Look at it here.
Comma.
There is a comma. So the main difference is that if you start with the reason, you start with because, since, as, and as at the beginning, you need to use a comma. Is that clear? Is it okay, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Now, however, if you want to use the clause
أستاذ
of
الواجب.
خلينا من الواجب. Don't talk about that unless you speak English. Now, if you want to use the clause of reason alone, you must use because. So this is the most important part of the lesson here. Now, what does it say, Fadi?
ايش ما كنتش مركز.
This is it here. What is it here?
If you want to use the clause, you must use because.
If you want to
بالعربي يعني?
English, no. If you want to use the clause of reason alone, use because. What does that mean then? If you look at the first group and the second group,
an answer of question.
No, if you look at the first group and the second group, you can see that there is the cause and effect, reason, the action and the reason. Now, in the last part here, there is only the reason, the last sentence, because I was tired. If you only want to give the reason, you can't use since and as. واضح? Is it clear, everyone? Joyce, is it clear?
Yes.
Yes. إذا بدنا نحكي عن السبب فقط بنستخدم بس because. Because I was tired. We can't say since. Okay? Because I was tired, you say. You see the point here?
Okay.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
if you see it, then you can complete the sentences. We need to start them. Let's review. If it's possible, use as or since. If it's not possible, use only because. Number one, Joyce.
She called the police because she was a robber.
She saw.
أو since.
أو since أو as. هسه مش was. She saw. طلع عليها. Read the sentence again with the answer.
Oh, she
please.
saw.
Okay, read the sentence again, please, with the answer.
She called.
Yes.
يلا. She called the police since she saw a robber.
Okay, number two now, Muhammad.
Why are the children in the garden? Because they are playing football. Just because.
Okay, yes. Number three, Iyad. Amin. أليس. تظل على نفس الأسماء مش
لا.
هيك.
No.
Yes.
Since he was thirsty, he brought.
Okay, thank you. That's nice. Yes, Faris Osama. Thank you. Now, the next one, Sally.
الرابعة.
Yeah, number four. Speak English, please. You can say that, can't you? Yes. Yes, Sally.
Because we were late. We took a taxi. بتزبط سنة.
Okay, sense. Now, the next one, Julia Marwan. Obada. Number five.
Why did you take your umbrella? Because it looked like rain.
Okay, now the next one. That's nice. Isa. Number six. Mustafa.
He went home early as he
Yes.
had.
Wasn't feeling well. Your internet is unstable. Now we go back to another student, Kais.
The students are studying because they have an exam tomorrow.
Okay, Fadi.
Why does James play such a lot?
Yes. Fadi, we can't hear you. Your internet has a problem maybe.
لا استاذ اتوقع عندك لانه قبل شوي صوت مصطفى كان منيح برضه.
Okay, so
why does James play such a lot of tennis? حكيت الجملة كاملة أنا.
عيدها كمان مرة بهمش.
Why does James play such a lot of tennis? Because he loves it.
Okay, thank you. Now we move to Nicole. Number 9.
Why did you leave the window open? I left the.
Yes.
Because I left the house in such a rush.
Okay, that's great. Now, Muhammad, the last one.
As we love dancing, we go dancing.
Okay. As. الآن نقدر نستخدم because لكل الجمل والحل صحيح 100% ولا لا؟ انتبهتوا لهذه النقطة؟ انتبهتوا؟ نقدر نستخدم because في كل الحالات. إذا ما عرفناش بنحط because وخلاص. Now, لكن اللي فيها بي هون طلع عليها فيها سؤال وجواب. الجواب فقط because لأنه الريزون لحاله موجود. الثانيات لها 3 حلول because, as and since. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, the next slide. Here you can see the answers. شو عاملين هم؟ طلع الجمله اللي بتاخذ because لحالها be مثلا، الجمل الثانيه حطوا as او since، ما استخدموش because. So we can learn something new from now on. If we just want to give the reason, we say because I was hungry, because I was busy, because I was tired. If we want to give the long sentence, then we need to use as and since instead. بدل لما بدنا نعطي الجمله السبب والنتيجه بنستخدم as و since، لما نعطي السبب فقط بنستخدم because. Now that was the period that we had last week. On the second slide here, we have, look at it, perfect English grammar again. Now, linking words of reason to, because of, as a result of, and on account of. So are these the same as in the previous slide? هل هم نفس اللي خدناهم قبل شوي هدول؟
No.
No.
There is as a result and account of.
So another group, another 3 words. We have already looked at using because, as, and since to say why something is true. We can also use expressions like because of, as a result of, and on account of. These expressions are followed by a noun phrase. So they are not followed with a sentence. They are just followed with a noun phrase. Examples, let's read them, please. 1, 2, 3.
I studied at home because of the bad weather.
Yes.
I studied at home as a result of the bad weather. I studied at home on account of the bad weather.
So I stayed, not studied. I stayed. Now, if you look at them again, you can see that because of, okay, because of, as a result of, and on account of. كلهم معناهم because، لأنني أو لأنه. طبعا بصير بسبب الطقس السيء، مش بسبب إني كنت تعبان، فيش فيها فعل. Now, compare the use of because, as, and since. I stayed at home because, since, as, I was tired. So what's the main difference between the first group here and the second group here, Joyce?
Verb and noun.
Okay. What's the main difference? Yes, in other words. Yes.
First group they followed by noun phrases.
Okay.
The second verb.
Okay. Now the second ones are followed with a sentence, complete sentence here. The first one is followed by a noun phrase here. No verb. In the first group, no verb. In the second group, there is a verb. So the second group is a complete sentence. The first group is this one here, is just a noun phrase. I'm going to cover them. These are noun phrases. We have no verbs in them, do we? Do we have verbs in the first group?
No, we don't.
No, we don't. So you will go back to the same examples. Now, here are some more examples. Read that, please, Fadi.
We bought a new car because of the old one's awful condition.
Okay, second example.
We bought a new car because the old one was in an.
Okay, now if you compare them and see the differences, in the first one here, no verb, it's a noun phrase. In the second one, there is the verb, it's a complete sentence. When there is a verb, he used because. When it's a noun phrase, it's because of. So explaining again. Now, second group of examples here. Nicole, read them.
Says, and he wore.
Yes, yes.
He wore a hat on account of the heat.
Yeah.
He wore a hat as it was hot.
Okay, the last one, yeah, read them. Group number 3, I was. تالية.
عنوة.
اللي على الشاشة هيهم آخر مثالين.
I was ill since I got food poisoning. I was ill as a result.
Yes, as a result of the food poisoning. Now, here is an activity, an exercise. All you need to do is choose the right answer. Example number 1, they are the same examples, but this time in a different way. So number 1, who's ready?
عملنا.
Yes.
We bought the car as it was cheap.
Okay, that's great. So number one, as it was cheap. Sally, number two.
I love London because of its.
Yes. Number three. Nicole. And Talia, number four.
Eating cake
Yes.
since he wanted to be healthy.
Okay, since he wanted to be healthy. Now Talia, number four.
They took an umbrella because it was raining.
Okay, the next one. Joyce.
He quit his job on account of his boss.
Okay, the next one, Kais.
Drank coffee because she was.
Drank coffee because, yes.
She was tired.
Okay, now there is one who raised hand. Kais, you have done that right now. Tiba, can you?
Yes, السادسة.
Yes.
سبعة ولا
سبعة الآن.
We took a taxi as a result of the weather.
Okay, فراس خضر or فارس خضر, sorry. عيسى.
أستاذة حلها.
يلا.
She likes Spain on account of the food.
Okay. On account of the food. And the next one. يلا فادي.
The children were grumpy
Yes.
since they wanted ice cream.
Okay, and the last one, Julia Marwan.
لا.
يلا.
We went home because of the time.
Okay, we went home because of the time. إنه تأخر الوقت علينا يعني. So, if you look at these examples, Talia, aren't they the same that you had as a homework or a quiz?
بلا.
نفس الواجب, isn't it? Omar, number one again, please.
We bought the car as it was cheap.
Okay. Number two, Talia.
I love London because of its energy.
Muhammad, number three.
He stopped eating cakes since he wanted to be healthy.
Okay, Ubada.
They took an umbrella because it was raining.
Okay, the next one, Joyce.
He quit his job on account of his boss.
Okay, Sally.
She drank coffee because she was tired.
Okay, the next one, let's say Isa.
أنا.
Okay, do that, please, Faris.
We took a taxi as a result of the weather.
Okay, Tiba, number 8.
She likes Spain on account of the food.
Okay, now Kais, the last one, number 9, sorry.
The children were grumpy since they wanted ice cream.
And the last one, Omar. Omar.
We went home because of the time.
Thank you very much. Now, this is something that was part of your homework from last time. Now, on the next slide, you can see here, you can see the answers. I don't think that you need them right now. Now, That's the end of it for our activities, but we need to talk about the idea of a new way of teaching and learning. You remember that we talked about the idea of asynchronous and synchronous learning, التعليم المتزامن وغير المتزامن. تتذكروا هذا؟
Yes.
Yes. الآن التعليم غير المتزامن هو اللي عملت لكم إياه لما وديت لكم الورقة هاي تقرأوها وتشوفوا الأشياء الموجودة عليها بالحصتين اللي مضوا وتحلوا التمرين قبل تيجي الحصة. هذا اسمه تعليم غير متزامن. Asynchronous swimming. عفوا. Asynchronous learning. This is it here. Asynchronous. الآن لما نيجي على الحصة بنعمل synchronous learning اللي بنناقش الأشياء اللي أخذناها. طب العملية كلها اسمها flipped classroom. هي السطر الثاني هون اللي هو صف المقلوب. You join the link, you follow the link, sorry, and you do the activity after studying the stuff. إذا كجزء من التعليم المتزامن وغير المتزامن ضمن الصف المقلوب اتبع الرابط، اطلع على المطلوب، ادرس المادة، حل التمرين وسلمه. هذا اسمه asynchronous. نعم لما ننتقل للصف بصير synchronous انه بنعمل مناقشة اللي عملناه اليوم بحصتنا. فهمتوا الفكرة؟ فهمنا الفكرة؟ So what we are going to do from now on is asynchronous. تعليم غير متزامن. Most often you need to look at the stuff before you start the class. You think about it, you get an idea, and you come to learn the things that are new that you didn't understand or didn't catch up with. During the class, there will be discussion. You can screenshot all the time. I'm not going to tell you take a screenshot. If there is something you can screenshot, and now you can go to see somehow the YouTube channel. I sent you yesterday and the day before the videos. During the previous times, we had videos sent on EduNation, and usually some people didn't follow them. Now I record and convert everything to YouTube's, and then I send you the link for my YouTube of the class. بصير أودي لكم الرابط والفيديو عن طريق قناة اليوتيوب اللي هي بنفس الاسم عوض أبو الرب. بس مع الرابط بتقدر تدخلها لأنه بديش أنشرها للطلاب وللبلاد الثانية وللناس الثانية. We hope
يعني
that
لازم تبعتها على الموقع بس رح تبعتها تنزلها يوتيوب؟
لا ببعتها على الموقع بس برضو بتقدروا انتم تدخلوا لما بنزل لكم رابط اعملوا عندكم محل تخزنوا فيه وبتصيروا انتم تتابعوا بالروابط الحصة هاي والحصة هذيك. اعمل مثلا اعمل فايل عندك ماي يوتيوبس للمواد انجلش عربي جيوغرافي ساينس فيزيكس كيمستري لانه الكل راح ينتقل بالشكل هذا. اصلا لازم اخذنا جيميل من كل طالب لانه حتى الاجابات بتيجي على الجيميل. Did you see your answers by the way for the worksheet? No, why not?
أستاذ فتحت عليها ما فيش ريفرش يعني ارجع اشوف علامه
اللي هي اعاده تحميل. ايش؟ على ثينك يو بتفتحي من عندك انت من وين دخلتي؟ بترجع بتشوفي الورقه مصلحه. بيفتح لك الورقه هسه بيفتح الورقه نفسها وفي بحدها شير وسيف وريفيو وفيو. بتفتح على فيو بتطلع لك افتح فيو كمان مره بيطلع لك الوحده اللي مصلحه كمان مره اللي ارسلتها انت. اوكي في اي سؤال؟ It's time for questions.
Okay.
It's time for questions. We are finishing in a minute or 2 minutes.